Well, it's another week in the UFC and another big lightweight main event. This time it's Edson Barboza versus Kevin Lee. Stylistic clash here that looks like it could be a lot of fun. A lot on the line as well here. So who takes it? Well, I'll tell you what, I got to lean towards Kevin Lee in this one. Edson Barboza has incredible striking. There's no doubt about it. And if he can get to the legs early, he can certainly cause some issues. Kevin Lee also says he wants to finesse a little bit on the feet. And if he's going to try to strike with Edson Barboza, I think that could be a horrible decision. But I think that might be a little bit of bluffing. I think Kevin Lee saw what Khabib Nurmagomedov did. Constant pressure, constant wrestling, didn't allow Edson Barboza any time to think, any time to move, any time to defend. And if that's you're going to beat Edson Barboza, that's the way to do it, is through the grappling game. I think Kevin Lee is going to be able to do that here and pick up either a late TKO or a decision win.
Now, while Lee probably does have more weapons in his arsenal, there's just something about Barboza's power that I think will be a deciding factor in this bout. His kicks are a little too quick, his transitions a little too smooth, and I think that he's gonna do just enough to at least get a decision, or if not, a late TKO.
Woo! I'm not feeling confident about this one at all. I mean, I think we can see a path to victory for both fighters. I think, Kevin Lee is going to want to get on the inside. He's going to wrap Edson Barboza up, take him down, try to beat him up a little bit and then go for the submission. Edson Barboza is going to want to stay on the outside, pepper him with shots, go for one of those spectacular finishes that he is famous for. That being said, I think Kevin Lee may have a little bit of an advantage here. We saw Edson lose a really tough fight against Khabib Nurmagomedov, and I think for Kevin Lee, you're watching that and you're saying, okay, I can do some similar things. Maybe not imitate, but do something similar. I think Kevin Lee's improving. I think he's getting better with every fight, and I think he's, really shown that he's committed to getting in the gym and working towards being an elite fighter, and I think that, he can prove that with this victory.
I do think that at the beginning of the fight, Kevin Lee is going to apply a lot of pressure, a lot of forward pressure, but the footwork of Edson Barboza will avoid that, and he will counter with some weird angles and do some spinning stuff, and Lee has to be careful about the takedown as well, because Barboza will time it and will land a flying knee. So, to keep a long story short, I think that Barboza will win this fight, and I think he might finish it in the later rounds as well.
Another compelling lightweight main event here in the month of April. I do like Kevin Lee in this fight. I think his pressure game is going to cause a lot of problems for Edson Barboza. If he's able to get his space, get his distance, and unleash some of those major kicks, of course, Barboza can cause problems for any lightweight out there. I just don't see it happening. I see Kevin Lee using his pressure on the feet, putting him on the back foot, eventually getting this to the ground, wearing him out there, and I think Kevin Lee wins this fight by rear naked choke in round 3.
I've got to go with Kevin Lee. I just feel after the last fight we saw Barboza in against Khabib Nurmagomedov, it was just completely one of those fights that could change a guy's career. I think if we look at Kevin Lee, I see at one point he's going to be able to weather the storm with that early pressure and those leg kicks that Barboza is going to throw him and ultimately take him to the ground. And I think Kevin's ground game is going to be too much for Edson Barboza. So for me, I'm going to look at Kevin Lee to stop this maybe in the 4th or 5th round, but I think we're in for an absolute cracker in Atlantic City on Saturday night.